In his first year as a starter, he was the best player of all time. That was the best player who ever lived. Sorry, everybody. I'm an LT fan, but a linebacker can't be as valuable as a quarterback. Walter Payton could do it all, but he was primarily used as a running back. Tom Brady was never as good on his best day as Patrick Mahomes was all last year. And if anyone comes close, it was Aaron Rodgers at his best, and I would give Mahomes a slight advantage. He was Brett Favre with better mental game. Like, he was Brett Favre minus the mistakes. Oh, my God. And he came within a pre-snap penalty of getting to the Super Bowl, which they probably would have won in retrospect. Tom Brady threw the interception, game over. They're in this, no, bring it back. Okay. If he gets to consecutive AFC championship games in the first 2 years of his career, it's not like, he can't win the big one. It's that it will have been that he ran into a buzzsaw. The Tennessee Titans, who were maybe the best team in football for like quiet as kept second half of the season overall, went on the road to beat the Patriots at Foxborough, the defending champion Patriots, followed that up by going on the road to knock out the MVP of a team that even the old-time Baltimore Ravens, who were world champions, were like, we think we could have beaten this team. That's how devastating this team was. If they beat the Chiefs, we're just going to say, yeah, this is one of those Giants 07 or Giants 11 runs. They had the formula. They got hot at the right time. They went on the road. No one was stopping them. It's not the end of the – it's not like if Aaron Rodgers loses right now. This is not a must-win game for Patrick Mahomes.
It is a must-win, Max, in my estimation, and I've got two ideal people I'd love to say this to because we all know that Riddick has been raving about Patrick Mahomes long before he ever became a starter for the Kansas City Chiefs, and he deserves props for that. But let me say this, Max. Sometimes I think with your argument, you're going backward without realizing it. You brought up Patrick Mahomes. You brought up Patrick Mahomes in such a fashion. You talked about how he may go down as the greatest quarterback to have ever lived. And we look at his talent, and I don't think there's any question that he has that potential there available to him because he is phenomenal. We get that. But, Max, take into account that if you lose to Ryan Tannehill and the Tennessee Titans, this isn't last year. This is now. Last year, you lost to Tom Brady and Bill Belichick and the New England Patriots. We all understand that. But now that you've got that year of experience, piggybacking off of going scoreless in the first half, dropping 30-plus in the second half alone against the New England Patriots, with the football world lamenting the fact that Patrick Mahomes never got a chance to touch that football in overtime because when the New England Patriots won a coin toss and they got the ball back to start overtime, Tom Brady never let them get the ball back. Keep all of that in mind and then say, okay, fast forward to this year, and here I go. Am I going against Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens in Baltimore? No. Am I going against the same New England Patriots that went to the Super Bowl and won it all last year? No. I'm going against the Tennessee Titans, quarterbacked by Ryan Tannehill, who without question has been very, very impressive. But damn it, he's still Ryan Tannehill. We can rave about what we've seen from him over the last 2.5 months. But there was about 5, 6, 7 years prior to that where we didn't see much from him. And so when you look at it from that perspective, and you've got the AFC Championship game on your home turf in Kansas City with Andy Reid helping to call plays for you, along with Eric Bieniemy, who someday will get a head coaching job. Should have had one already. I don't know why he ain't got it yet. Okay? You got all of that working for you with Hardman, Kelsey, Watkins, Hill. My God. And all you lose to is Derrick Henry and Ryan Tannehill. That is not going to be good, and we'll be talking about Patrick Mahomes, despite his obvious greatness, at least in a slightly different fashion than we talk about him now. If he gets outplayed and they lose, if he drops 40 but they give up 50, that's different. But if he gets outplayed this Sunday by Ryan Tannehill, we got to have a different conversation about him. If Patrick Mahomes comes out there and he doesn't wait until the second quarter and he goes out there flinging that football like a gangbuster, right? What could potentially happen? Vrabel might sit up there and say, yo, man, we can't just run the football anymore right there. They're going to load the box and dare Ryan to beat us. We got to take our chances. And then Ryan Tannehill can turn into a Dolphin all over again. You don't know that can't happen. Stop it.
No,
Stop it.
No, there's no certainty that it can't happen. Just like there's no certainty that that Pat can't have a bad game. I'm just saying this. Look, Ryan Tannehill right now is in a tremendous groove, man.
Excellent.
He's in a tremendous groove. And I'm just going to tell you this.
Okay.
I didn't get a chance to say this on this show, okay? We've been talking about all these hot offensive coordinators and Eric Bieniemy. Look, I'm right there with you. Eric needs to have a job. There's a guy right now who's an offensive coordinator who's right now coordinating one of the hottest quarterback in the NFL that nobody mentions. Arthur Smith, who is the OC for the Tennessee Titans.
That's true.
The son of Fred Smith,
That's
the founder
true.
of FedEx.
That's true.
Is one of the hottest coordinators. He is dialed in. Mike Vrabel is dialed
Lewis,
in.
do you
Dean
remember-
Pease is dialed in, the defensive coordinator. Don't discount this
Lewis,
football
do you
team.
remember another quarterback? I'm trying to think of in my life. Rich Gannon. I don't remember where Rich Gannon was drafted, but he went from one kind of guy that you thought about a certain way to like a machine,
Absolutely.
right? I can't think of another first-round bust. Ryan Tannehill was a first-round bust. He was no good. He was drafted up high. He was no good. That went from that to this in a sustained way. He has been excellent all season. Their season turned around when he got in there. This is not the same guy. Has there any comparison to this?
Steve Young talks about this all the time. I can't think of a comparison for you, Max, but I can just tell you that Steve Young talks about this all the time, about your circumstances and being in the right circle, being in the right environment for quarterbacks. Look, Ryan Tannehill had some good games. He had some good times in Miami, but right now he is in an environment and he is with a coach and he is with a group of players that click for him.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN Plus.